Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We've discovered the location of the Ifriani nest. We don't have the movement necessary. I had to use all of it to scout, but we can camp and we can send people out for supplies. Oh, I forgot you could send out your scouts to get food. Fascinating. Has it always been like this? I'm sure it has. I actually recall this being in the they both failed and they didn't even get anything. I recall this being in the interface before. I don't remember ever sending them out. All right, we found it. The area the Comitatus finds itself in has to be one of the Ifriani nests you are looking for. The winds bring the strange song of Ventulium even at this distance, and the telltale signs of a pack of large reptilian predators can be observed among their jagged rocks. Bone piles, shed skin, and claw marks on the rocks. Time to look around. As of now, there is no sign of the creatures, but a bit further away, you spot an extended patch of dried out thorny bushes, almost like a small forest. Judging from the animalistic grunts and the musky stench on the wind, this is where you will find your prey. You just have to decide what course of action to take. Set them on fire. Enter the thicket. If you can spare one of your mounts will be used as bait. Ask Krifta for her opinion. Sure. She gained loyalty. The tainted bounty hunter thinks for a short while measuring up the environment while bobbing her head strangely. Then she nods to herself. Going inside is no good. That thicket there looks like a maze to me, and the beasts obviously know it. She says, then squawks sadly. Rawr! You walk in just to invite an ambush. As for lighting a fire, nay, that might drive them out, but it might also make them go berserk. Best to put out some bait, let them fill their bellies, grow lazy, become distracted. Then we can take them down. All right, horse. I'm sorry. This is probably gonna piss off Elani. Oh, we can put out some supplies. Yes. That will we'll probably get supplies back from hunting the reptiles anyway, but I can imagine putting out a horse as bait. Elani would just lose it. She just abandons the crew immediately. You order a handful of your komes to walk up to the thicket's edge and place piles of food at strategic points. Meanwhile, the Comitatus hides behind some hills nearby and lies in wait. It takes quite some time, but eventually the Ifriani do come for the food. One by one, they emerge from the undergrowth, at first slowly and carefully, circling and sniffing the bait suspiciously. Then the bravest or the hungriest takes a bite, and soon the others join in, gobbling down the food ferociously. You wait a little bit longer to let their alertness abate completely, and then give the order for the Comitatus to attack. Your fighters emerge from behind the hill and descend upon the unsuspecting Ifriani. Hissing angrily but slow from their feast, the creatures turn to face them, and the fight begins. They're not very strong, so let us begin the fight. Kill them! We don't need to arm our slaves, let's not do that. We shall... well... I like flanking. It boosts our critical success chance by quite a bit. And then call the ranks, of course. The old standby. And in we go. We have to fight many velociraptors. Do you think Elani's gonna be mad if I make her fight? She probably will be. Let's err on the side of caution and throw Garrick out there instead and have Harvick operate at the front. All right, okay, they have pretty high initiative. So let's go for the middle one. Wow, what a noise that guy made. He jumps forward to attack my tank. Crit for 9 is fantastic news. But they've got really good initiative, so hopefully they don't knock out Gorgoro before he gets to move. Ah, I need to find like a heavy metal cuirass or something to hide Gorgoro in, so he can tank better. Oh, you evaded me. What? And then they smack Gorgoro again. It's too bad they shuffle a bunch of these guys to the back. Maybe I can kill him with Nadir's double fireball though? I got the one that I wanted to kill. He's changed position and buffed himself in the process. Does that buff their evasion? Seems to have done so. All right, might as well throw the grenade at him. All they're doing is changing position. Well, if that's what you're gonna do, I'm gonna try and stab you. Alright, he did attack me in response. As long as we can hit a few of them, you know, relatively regularly. Wow, they got really high initiative this round. I wonder if that's from all of the movement, the change position or whatever they did. Change position still. Oh, Gorgoro's still standing. I'm kind of impressed. All right, reload. Get an axe attack in there. Didn't work. Arrow. Oh man, this is gonna be a rough fight. I can tell. Oh, I can't hit anything. All right, another one down. They're all still first in initiative. I would be surprised. I was gonna say I would be surprised if Gorgoro and Harvick didn't go down. They didn't. I'm amazed. And we took another one out. Good shot. Do we go for the gun? It seems so risky. Yeah. Double fireball. Oh man, their evasion's got to be through the roof. Oh man. You know what? I should be throwing down the ward. And of course Harvick has to go first. So I can't pick him up. All right, reload. Do I overwatch? I'm kind of tempted to overwatch because they move around so much. I just talked about doing the ward and I didn't do that. Good crit though. Hey, we got another one. Well done. Hey, you moved into my shot, you nut. And I think it locked him in place, which is really good. Maybe we should overwatch you too. Although I probably shouldn't overwatch the spot that they're standing on. I should pick up Harvick. Oh, well done. I wasn't expecting the gunshot to work, but it did. Roll successfully. Ah, we wiped him out. Well done, team. Critical success, plus morale. Give our guys time to heal. Maybe Gorgoro and Harvick will heal. I guess Gorgoro healed, but Harvick did get bodied. A hell of a lot of supplies and some pristine trophies. The Komitata stands victorious. The Ifriani are slaughtered to the last one, and soon their lifeless bodies are laid out in a tidy row. The nest will certainly not cause any more trouble for Devon. Destroy the eggs. Time to take time to skin the dead beast and gather the eggs as food. Sure. Yeah, it just took our movement, but we were probably not going to move anyway. Outriders dismounted due to cargo space lost. I'm fine with that. Free stuff. All right, back to the road. Oh, voice time. Lost some morale. That's fine. We'll be okay. And a dinosaur battle to start the episode. How exciting. And we've been like self-sufficient out in the wasteland because we've been killing Yerg and Ifriani and just like eating the steaks that we harvest as we go. All right, we made it back to Devon. This time. Nothing to hide. Show them our license. And then let's turn in our thing. Sell all of the salt we have. And then just sell all the goodies that we picked up. And then we should go to the bounty office. It's not the temple ward. Where would it be? The gardens? Yes. The bounty office. Present the outlaw trophies. No, wait. I mean, we should turn in all of these guys. But we should, wait a minute. Or do we have to, oh, you know what? I bet we have to complete all of the hunting missions, because there's another Ifriani nest out this way, and then there's the 2 more Yerg things, as well as Braga the Braggart. So I guess we haven't finished our bounty hunting quite yet. Good to know. All right, anything back to Argyros work camp? There wasn't anything last time. Sure enough, there is. Oh my God. I'm so glad I looked. 1 mission. And That is it. One mission to take some mushrooms and some pottery. Well, we're gonna take all of their supplies that we can. We have 27 days of supplies. Basically, the plan is to head back there, pick up the artist, and then head back on our way. The nice thing about this is I can head back in the... I can see the path I took last time, which was pretty useful, I think. Tainted madmen. Oh, they're so weak. I will just defend and beat them up, hopefully. Just fight them. Yeah. Didn't even have to do anything. And then heal. Enemy was destroyed. We got 4 supplies and just like some random money. Grizzlied madmen is what they were. Alright. We should try to regenerate some vigor because it took some vigor fighting those dudes. Get a little more vigor going. Go around the Temple of Sleepers. And then we'll go up. Because I think I determined that was more efficient than the alternative last time. Or is it? Because now we're all the way over here. I don't know. I think it's a little different this time because we have like X number of movement. I don't know, man. I only work here. Get all of our vigor back. And then send out our dudes to get some food. Maybe send out the scouts as well. Lazy bones. They don't even do anything. They don't even get any supplies. I should fire all of you. Anyway, mushrooms are in demand, but they are not my mushrooms, so I shouldn't sell those. All right, is the guy here? Check if the prince's painter has finished his painting. You find Mahadi after a brief search and some consultation with the local guards. The painter yells at you from a distance when he sees you arrive. He approaches with a spring in his step, holding a large, flat, rectangular object wrapped in leather that you suspect to be the completed painting, accompanied by his bodyguards and Samira. What if it's garbage? What if he's like the worst painter in the world? I'm finished, Vagrus. It's done, the painter exclaims, his words vibrating with a sense of accomplishment and exuberance. I finished it. Look, look, he explains, he's gonna show me. Uncovering and holding up the work of art for all to see as he closes the distance. Of course, I wouldn't have been able to paint such an amazing piece without my muse, he adds, glancing at the timid Samira just a couple of steps behind him. If only this camp was a bit more pleasant place to stay, he moans as he looks around, his features distorted with disgust. Taking a look at his work, you have to give it to him. Both focused labor and genuine passion are spread across the canvas with the utmost care and dedication. This is one of the most stunning paintings you have ever laid eyes upon. The vortex is depicted as if it's seen through a fever dream, yet there are some inexplicably astonishing details to it. Hazy, soft brushstrokes even create a sense of atmosphere and odd movement. Ask him about the painting. They join our comitatus. Mahadi eagerly carries on. A Vagrus with an eye for art, huh? I must say I do appreciate that, he says enthusiastically. This is painted in the style of one of the most magnificent painters in imperial history, the legendary Quintus Brendanus Contator. He was a true trailblazer and a master of the canvas of his time back when the twin emperors Caldarius and Kendanius sat upon their throne. You see, one thrown together? You see, art truly flourished during their reign as a result of their reforms and stabilized the realms, he explains with diligence and admiration. He then goes on into the minutiae of Cunctator's art style and signature brushstrokes, as well as his favorite color schemes and the full extent of his influence on art through the ages. He does not stop there, however, and thus in the interest of not holding you up and disrupting the operation of the work camp, you take him and his entourage back to the comitatus. All the while, Mahadi continues to speak at length to you about art history. Eventually, the prince's painter and his small entourage arrange everything as per Mahadi's directions, and you assume their place in your comitatus once more. As you are making plans for your journey, Mahadi turns to you. After this, I desire to venture to the place called Devon, for there is an astonishing geographical formation nearby the Imperials refer to as the Spires. Well, lo and behold, I have something for you, sir. We are going that very way. I've come to learn that its origins are shrouded in mystery, even though the most respected scholars and historians, he declares with enthusiasm and a thirst for adventure. Let us head there next. If you have no objection, good Vagrus, you go to the Spire. Off to the Spires you shall go then. Great. We will do that. Anything for Devon? Sure enough. Take the salt with us. And that is it. All right. Still selling salt for a profit, I assume? 5, 3, 6, yeah. Let us buy as much salt as we can get our hands on then. Salt. Max. Yeah, it's still a good profit, I would assume. I'm not gonna do the math, but I think it's fine. We still have 18 days worth of supplies. We might as well get going. We have 5 days worth of movement, or oh, you kidding me? You buggers. Fight them? I hate you. Buy off. Offer items. One rare jewelry is not gonna do it for you? One rare jewel certainly does, though. Have a good day, sir. You goobers. I feel like there's a ton of orcs out here. I'm getting rid of these scouts as soon as we get back to Devon, man. They have been nothing but a waste of my time. I swear. All right, and then we'll go up this way. Around the Temple of Sleepers. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Never, ever, ever sleep in the Temple of Sleepers. Or camp, I should say, in the Temple of Sleepers. There's like a ghost army that comes after you. It is bad news for everybody involved. Don't do it. I wonder if he's gonna take another 2 weeks at Devon. If so, we could do like some back and forth at Sunrock or something. Just to make money while we're waiting for his butt. Nice thing is we have like 125 bros coming our way when he's all done, said and done. So that's something. All right, we've reached the city. Good job, team. Approach the guards, nothing to hide. Show them our trade license. Turn in our thing, sell the salt that is not ours, or that is ours, I should say. Excuse me. Okay. Now, where's the... Oh, do I have to go directly to... Do I have to go to the spires themselves? I bet I do. So let's go there right now. Yes, okay. Impressed by the view of the grand jet black pillars, Mahadi al-Safar keeps gasping as he takes it all in. Now that is truly astounding. There's such a mysterious air about these spires. Makes one wonder about their origins, do they not? What was their purpose? He asks the poignant questions as he walks several paces in one direction only to turn back and walk twice as many in the opposite. All that will probably remain unknowable to mere mortals such as us, but I can capture their essence. I know that I can, he pronounces with confidence. After a few moments of contemplation, Mahadi turns to you, extending his arms and bowing deep. In the prince's library, he begins, I sought out every parchment, every manuscript dedicated to the spires, shrouded in mystery as they are. I have plunged into the very essence of the knowledge contained there and gleaned all that I can from them. These insights provided me with the wisdom to discern the precise locations from the most exceptional perspective can be captured. His declaration rings an undeniable dedication, a testament to the thoroughness with which he has undertaken his artistic endeavor. The intensity of his commitment, a fervor surging like the sandstorms of the Bronze Desert itself, fills the air around him. I'm truly looking forward to this, Vagrus, he exclaims exuberantly. This is where I shall get to work once we set camp. Please be so kind and return in 2 weeks. I will be done with my next painting then, he adds, and then walks away with his muse and 2 protectors in tow. Driven by a singular goal and paying no heed to his surroundings, it befalls his bodyguards to ensure the safety and security of the painter and his muse. Mahadi is already seeking the perfect vantage point, and you take your leave. Okay, so 2 more weeks, huh? Well, leave the spires. Back to Devon it is. Approach the guards. We already did this song and dance, guys. Okay, well, what should we do while we're waiting for the guy? I'm kind of thinking we should just do like a bounce back and forth between Sunrock and here. Sunrock is like 4 days away, 3 days away. If we go all the way to Avernum, that's like too far. I have a feeling that he's gonna want to continue going, like he's gonna want to go to the Fury's Whip here, and then maybe he's gonna want to go to like Tectum Carvos or like this guy, which I've never been to, which is very funny. But I guess there's only one way to find out, huh? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. It's not very exciting to watch me just walk back and forth to Sunrock. So I'm gonna pause here. I will bring you back after the requisite 2 weeks have passed, and we will pick up with the artist then. So hold on a second. And we're back. All right. I've literally walked back and forth from Sunrock to Devon twice, and nothing happened. So I think we even ended with like roughly the same amount of the money. I guess the one thing that happened is I ran into the taxman and he took 55 silver, which was annoying, but whatever. Check if the prince's painter has finished his painting. You spot Mahadi emerge from a nearby tent and approach you with his muse and bodyguards in tow. He moves with the pride of an accomplished statesman or a decorated general. As before, he is holding his painting in front of himself, facing it your way, prominently displaying his artwork. Welcome back. I've been dying to show you this, he calls out, his voice exuberant. You see, us artists do like calm environments and silence so we can focus. But this place is too silent. It's so silent it almost hurts my ears. At first I thought it was going to drive me crazy, but then I managed to turn it around, to conquer the maddening silence and put it to good use, he explains in an elated tone. The way he keeps displaying his piece of art makes it impossible not to properly take it in its details. You can immediately tell that it is done in a markedly different style than the Vortex. It is devoid of all impression of movement, and the tall black objects are slightly distorted, fragmented into facets with angular features. He goes into detail on how he had been inspired in his dreams and saw the spires exactly the way they're depicted on his canvas now. You ask him to elaborate more on the painting. Oh, I've painted in this style of a truly exceptional painter, only known as Alcabuxus. No one is entirely sure how long he was active for, yet his handiwork is easily recognizable, he explains with enthusiasm bordering on glee. At the heart of the composition stands the mysterious spires, a symbol of the unknowable and unfathomable. Its imposing stones and grandeur dominate the entirety of the painting and are rendered in such an inky black tone that I guarantee you have not seen on canvas before. Apart from the depiction of the spires themselves, I have used a palette rich in earthy hues and warm terracottas, ochres and deep reds, imbuing the scene with the warmth of the sunlight. You may also notice that I have skillfully captured the play of light and shadow on the ground, adding a sense of depth and space to the composition. He then pauses before he adds, you may also notice a faint halo centered around the spires. I've seen that in my dreams thanks to dear Samira, he whispers. He then goes on in detail how he's been inspired in his dreams and saw the spires exactly the way they are depicted on his canvas now, and how he even met Alcabuxus to discuss his progress, also in a dream. Meanwhile, his bodyguards break their camp and your crew packs up all of their belongings. Mahadi's story goes on even when you take him and his entourage back to the Comitatus. Once the prince's painter and his small entourage have assumed their places in your Comitatus once more, after all their impedimenta are stowed away, you plan ahead for the coming journey. Mahadi turns to you with beaming eyes. Good Vagrus, during my lexical explorations of Zareen, I have learned of a place steeped in a history of struggle and heroism. A settlement called Sunrock has had its fair share of battling for survival, as enshrined in its numerous statue of the mythical Wormslayer. I wish to head there and paint the eponymous hall that lies deep down there, he pronounces, his voice brimming with a fervent longing. Say, Vagrus, could you please lead your mighty Comitatus to the Sunrock? You assure the painter that sooner or later you will. Well, we're already heading there. I've got a bunch of missions to head to Sunrock, and honestly, I picked up a bunch of crap to go to Avernum Beyond. So I'm guessing this is probably going to take us another 2 weeks we'll leave him here for another 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, just off the top of my head here, we'll drop him off there. We'll go to Avernum Beyond ourselves, and then we'll come back and get him. Maybe I'll do like a metal run like go to Avernum, get a metal run, so a bunch of metals, and then come back. First of all, let's drop off all of our stuff here. Turn in almost everything. This one goes to Avernum, this one goes to Ash, so. We've got 4 days worth of supplies. There's not a lot of supplies. I would have liked to have bought supplies in Devon, but we were literally full of all the stuff. So it's gonna take 9 to 11 days. We have 6 days worth of food. We'll probably be fine. I'm sure we can get something in Ash, maybe. We'll figure it out. Any rewards? No rewards. Okay. Let's drop off the artiste. There's an arena here? Who knew? I'm sure many did. The Princess Painter wishes to talk to you. Mahadi is standing at the dead center of the massive chamber you are in, staring at the statue of Levendius slaying a worm. From there, he allows his gaze to wander all the way to the top, where the most prestigious sections of the settlement are practically awash with sunlight. Sunrock, eh? I can certainly see why those upper parts would be named such a way, he muses to himself. The colors here are so vivid, I can certainly see myself spending some time in this place, and filling the canvas with all this. He spreads his arms as he takes it all in. The Prince's Library offers its keen readers a wealth of knowledge on the entirety of the Empire, he intones, and his voice trails off. He grabs a collection of vials containing colorful dye from one of his bodyguards, whose hands are full, apparently fearing for their safety. He gives him an admonishing glare before resuming. Sunrock is no exception. I have found, after having embarked on a relentless quest to unearth the treasures of knowledge enshrined within its labyrinthian confines, I have delved into every parchment, every tome that chronicles the grandeur of this cavernous wonder, and thus acquired the insights necessary to capture all its splendor and the legacy of the great Levendius, slayer of the reviled worm. Mahadi declares as he gestures at the nearby statue, his voice brimming with dedication. Samira is already discussing securing accommodations with the bodyguards. After walking several paces in the direction of the closest bustling street, Mahadi turns around to bid farewell to you before they wander off. Please return in 2 weeks, as usual. It will be a fine piece, worthy of the ornate walls of Prince Faisal's palace, he assures you, and I just hope I'll get a chance to mingle with the locals a bit, just like I did in Devon. Off they go into the crowd of the Wormslayer's Hall. Well, okay. Let's check out this arena. I didn't know Sunrock had an arena. Sunrock's arena is not really worthy of the name compared to those in larger imperial cities. It is but a hole dug into a cavern floor somewhere in the town's outskirts. The expression cesspit comes to mind upon inspecting it. The whole shebang is run by Udish, a former imperial scribe of ill repute, a small, smelly, wiry excuse for a man. Seeing you approach, he wriggles his spider-like hands. In for a brawl? He asks, hissing through his yellow teeth. Apparently, this fighting pit is one where small groups of combatants face off every now and again. In the general vicinity of the pit, a couple of ragged ruffians loiter, making distasteful remarks on passers-by, including you. This will not stand. They are clearly the rejects of the arena, nonetheless somewhat capable in their own inferior manner. Oh, we could hire them. That's funny. Take part in the next fight. Udish's smile has to be one of the ugliest sights you have ever glimpsed, yet it is somehow promising at the same time. So you want to have your fighter enter the pits? He says, spitting globs of mucus. It'll cost you, except for if you're going up against my champion, but the rewards are equally great. Rules are simple. 2 groups walk in, 1 comes out. I set up the fights and there's a bit of gamble. You know what exactly you're up against ahead of time. That's the game. Oh, you won't know. So walk the line or chicken out. Enter the pit against a small group of northern outlaws, I think is what that said. The good old crew. Udish greedily pockets your participation fee, then urges you inside the fighter's warrens. Just in time, he cackles. The next fight is about to begin. Through a raised portcullis, you step into the pit, and so do your opponents on the other side. You face a ragtag duo of northern outlaws, quite unintimidating in their own right, were it not for the huge Jacre they heard before themselves, with an oversized bone prodder. The beast doesn't seem to be domesticated at all. Rather, they push it in your general direction, hoping it will do the bulk of the fight for them in its feral rage. Oh, I was hoping it would attack them, but it lunges at us. Oh, it's a baby. It's not. I thought it was gonna be like an alpha. This is nothing. It's very fun to come back to these like they're clearly supposed to be like early fights, and I I come back with my hardened crew of beasts and criminals, and we just beat the crap out of everybody. Have a fireball, you nerd. You hit me for one, I hit you for one. And the Bone Lord steps forward. Stab him in the gut. And then burn him to death, perhaps? Sure did. I've been fended, which means he will stab me next turn unless I kill him. Which I did. And now the Chakra didn't even hit me. We're gonna end this fight with full HP. It's like it didn't even happen. Except for the money I'm gonna get. The handful of spectators holler rather unenthusiastically as you defeat your opponents. Upon heading back to the Fighters' Warrens, Udish begrudgingly hands you your modest prize. That was a bit underwhelming. Maybe next time I'll find a more challenging fight for you, yes? You leave the arena for now. All right, we got 5 bronze. Okay, I think we're gonna pause the episode there. We'll definitely come back and pick up our artiste along the way and pay a visit to the local arena. It looks like you can do a fight every 6 days, so we'll do that, and yeah, we'll come back. We'll pick up here. I think I'll run off to Avernum off camera, just do a little bit of trading and come directly back to Sunrock. So you're not gonna miss anything other than just mercantilism. But if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, that also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!